Ready, go. Welcome to Outlaws Wrestling Corner. I am your host, Mike, and my co-host over here, Trevcore.
What up?
Hey, so we got some wrestling results to give you and some news as well. All
Wait,
right, so
wait. You found news?
well, you look for some news where I'd give these lovely fans some results for Impact. Okay?
What?
All right. And if you guys check out my recent video, I did Dark Side of the Ring last night on the Brawl for All. So check out that video on there. I'd like to thank you guys. You guys are subscribing on here. Smash that subscribe button if you're a fan of wrestling and stuff. Because we're going to do more crazy stuff on this channel. Just got to get it promoted. Okay, here we go. So we start off here with Impact Wrestling. Their newest knockout, Kylie Ray, if I pronounced her name right, she met up with Gail backstage. Blah, blah, blah. And there's Suzy. So Kira Hogan wants to challenge Suzy to a match tonight. Suzy, a.k.a. Sue Young. So she's still there. Well, you know, everyone's just recording everything these days. But we'll move on to that. That's when the show starts. So then they have Willie Mack. He storms in the ring to kick off Impact while Willie calls out Ace Austin. Reno Scum comes out, attacks Rich Swann at his house last week, which is Willie Mack's friend. You know who Willie Mack is, right?
Yeah.
He's a pretty good wrestler, man. And the handicap match begins. So it's Reno Scum versus Willie Mack, 2-on-1 handicap match. Willie Mack defeated him at the end with his 6-star frog splash. After the match, Ace Austin takes out Willie with a spin kick from behind. Reno Scum holds Willie as Ace hits him with a running fold for the ramp. Then we got next one. I already talked about the Kylie Ray. Then it's your favorite wrestler, and you said you met him before, Chris Bay, right?
Yeah.
Chris Bay faces Daaga. The action is fast and furious from the opening bell. Daaga takes Bay to the outside with head scissors and drop kicks. Daaga's about to fly, but Bay cuts him off. Back in the ring, Bay trips up Daaga on the top rope. Bay remains in control with a back body drop. Daaga hits a series of clotheslines followed by a gut wrench powerbomb for 2. Bay drives Daaga into the side of the ramp. Daaga soars off the ramp, crashing into Bay head first on the outside. Bay gets Daaga in a pinning predicament and grabs the middle rope to steal the victory. That sounds like a heel to me. And then backstage, there's Valkyrie beating up on Johnny Bravo. Not Johnny Bravo, the cartoon character I'm talking about. Johnny Bravo, her manager. She's beating him up. He was like wearing like a football helmet and pillows. I don't know, just stress relief for Valkyrie since she lost her title. And the Rascals have their hands full as many members coming. I mean, they're talking in their treehouse like they're on. They do these silly things with the Rascals. If you've ever met them before, or they have like there's smoke. I think the smokes pretend to be marijuana or something.
Yeah.
And then you see, did you know that Madison Rayne is actually married in real life to Josh Matthews? Did you know that?
No.
Well, they're both doing commentary. Well, Madison Rayne's got double duty. Madison Rayne faces off against Havoc. Madison attempts to school girl in the early going, but Havoc won't budge. Havoc takes control with a powerful clothesline. Havoc charges into the corner, but Madison avoids her, follows up with an enziguri. Madison plays to the crowd, allowing Havoc to quickly recover. Havoc catches Madison in the midair and connects with a tombstone piledriver to win.
Yeah.
World champion Tessa Blanchard questions why Eddie came to her aid last week after she specifically asked him not to. Eddie accuses Tessa of being stubborn and says he should accept her help tonight when they challenge the North for the tag team titles. Jimmy Jacobs connects an interview with Ken Shamrock about his condition where Sami Callihan hit a fireball on Shamrock. Shamrock says the fireball damaged his eyesight and he has almost blinded him. Jimmy reveals that next there will be a contract signing for Shamrock's match against Callihan at Rebellion, which if you want me to save you time, Rebellion, which is not going to happen unless they're going to do it in an empty arena. That'd be kind of cool. Impact Wrestling has stated that there is no physical contact during the signing. The lights began to flicker, suggesting that Callahan might be hacking into the broadcast. Shamrock storms off the set in search of the ICU hacker, aka Sammy Callahan. Then it's OVE, David Christ and Jake Christ versus Madman Phil Fulton versus Tommy Dreamer and Rhino. This match I really didn't care about. So at the end of this match, basically, Dreamer and Rhino won. Rhino hit a spear on Dave for the 1-2-3. Of course, he's a jobber. Then Rosemary continues to search for her soulmate, for a soul. Johnny Swinger interrupts, claims he is what she's looking for. Rosemary tells him that Taya Valkyrie would never allow her to do such a thing. Swinger has been drinking and reveals he has a match against Young Buck and M. Jackson next week. Could that be? The Young Bucks can't be in Impact Wrestling too, can they?
But
I don't know who it is. It says Max Young Buck or something.
Oh, that's not the Young Bucks.
Oh, it's probably someone else?
Probably.
Then you have Kiera Hogan versus Suzy. Kiera Hogan is in control in the early going. Kiera chokes Suzy with her boot in the corner that follows up with a series of running strikes. Tensions escalate as Suzy charges at Kiera and begins to pummel her. Kiera comes right back with a super kick for 2. Suzy picks Kiera off the top rope with a hurricanrana for a 2 count of her own. Suzy is looking for her bloody glove, but that belongs to her alter ego, Su Yung. The undead bride, Su Yung, of course. Kiera puts Suzy away with a modified swinging neckbreaker. 1-2-3, Kiera Hogan wins. He's not doing too bad as a heel. Then you got Michael Elgin confronting the tag team champions in North ahead of their title defense against Tessa and Eddie Edwards tonight. Elgin insists that one of them steps aside and lets him compete in their place. The North refuses, but Page says he'll soften up Tessa and Eddie again ahead of Elgin's world title match against them at Rebellion. Would you watch Rebellion if it's an empty arena and pay $50 for it, or no?
Nope.
So we're on the main event. Oh, I might use this for a thumbnail. It looks kind of cool. Tag Team Championships. The North, Ethan Page and Josh Alexander versus World Champion Tessa Blanchard and Eddie Edwards. Tag Team Championship match. Eddie hits Page with an atomic drop, followed by a belly-to-belly suplex. Eddie dives through the ropes, crashing into Alexander on the floor. Tessa launches herself off the top, taking out both members of the North with a huge crossbody. The North cuts off the ring as they begin to wear down Eddie, whatever. It's unedited, I don't care. Preventing him from getting the tag to Tessa. Eddie connects with a double hurricanrana on both members of the North, allowing him to finally break free and make the tag to Tessa. The world champion is on fire, and she sours through the air with multiple dives. Tessa hits a cutter on Page for a 2. Eddie connects with a sit-down tiger bomb on Alexander, followed by a destroyer from Tessa for another air fall. Tessa hits Alexander with a tornado DT, but she decides not to tag in Eddie when Eddie's like, give me the tag, Tessa. The North put Tessa away with their signature double-team spinebuster to retain the tag team titles. And after the match, Tessa and Eddie argue in the middle of the ring. Tessa claims she knows what Eddie really wants, her Impact World Championship. Michael Elgin attacks Tessa from behind, and instead of making the save from Eddie, he just leaves Tessa to fend for herself. Elgin lays out Tessa with the Elgin bomb. Elgin stands tall with the World Championship as Impact goes off the air. And that's the end of Impact Wrestling.